Hello guys, welcome back to Top Man Sid, and today is another video match review for Manchester United matches of the Premier League week 4 against Southampton away, and this time I'm actually uploading on the day of the match. Who would have thought it? Usually I upload like a couple of days after, or a day after, as I should. But no, I just wanted to get my thoughts out really quickly because I think I got a good gauge of what the match was like for us. And yeah, I do sound very uplifting. I'm just trying to get myself a bit more cheerful, obviously just for you guys, so I can explain my thoughts without sounding too depressed about the situation, because it's not so good. But also, if you like these kind of videos, drop a like, comment, subscribe. I always appreciate the support. I'm going to be also explaining at the end of this video. Stay tuned for that, because I'm going to be going through other content I'm going to be doing, because of course this was the last match before the international break, so of course I won't be able to do proper match reviews for Manchester United, which I love doing, by the way. I always love talking about my favourite team of ever, the team I support. But of course I would go through the England games, but they're not really that, you know what I mean, they're not really like worth talking about, to be honest. I don't know, are they even friendlies? I think they're Euro 2020 qualifiers actually. But nevertheless, I'm going to be talking through other avenues I will be going with this channel, not just match reviews. I'm going to be going through other things like gaming and going through the stuff I'm going to be doing during the international break for the 2 weeks, because I will be giving you content, new and different content, so stay tuned for that. So now let's just get on with the actual game, because yeah, again, it's the same old story. That's probably going to be my title. Yes, it is the same old story for Manchester United. Luckily, we didn't lose the game like last week. We had to bounce back, and for the first half, we were alright. We were decent. I didn't actually get to watch the first 5 minutes, but then looking back, I actually saw the highlights from BT Sport. Thank you. So yeah, the stream, I just hopped onto the match like 5 minutes in, but so I missed like a few of the chances that Southampton actually made, but I watched it after. So yeah, Southampton were really pushing us from the first half, as they should. It makes sense for them to do so. We were riding a luck in the first 5 minutes. Of course, I came on and it wasn't a good start. They just about nipped the post from 40 yards, so I was like, bloody hell, they got confidence, they're going to be willing to play a game. And it makes sense. We're not as good as we once were. It makes sense for teams like Southampton now to try and challenge us and be like, no, Manchester United aren't as good as what they used to be, let's just go for it. But we were smart to get that first goal. After we bounced back, De Gea, intelligent, was like, okay, they're going to try and press us as we try and play out from the back. Well, let's just try and negate that by doing a long ball. Long ball from De Gea, kicks it out. Rashford wins the ball. McTominay runs with it, has the space. Southampton allowed the space to be given to them, to players like McTominay and Daniel James, and because of course most of the players are already trying to press us from the front. So 5 players cut off from the game, as BT Sports said, the pundits. Of course, McTominay passes it, a simple pass to James, but I was never expecting this. Daniel James cuts in again, does the same old thing he's done for the last game and the game before that. Cuts in, willing to take the shot on, and gets the top right finish. 1-0 to Manchester United. I was gassed. I was a bit gassed, obviously, but not because, oh, we're gonna bloody win the game, because it's only 10 minutes in. But Daniel James is just like really surprised me of him actually performing in that kind of stage of the game. Because last game, I'm happy to see Daniel James develop, but for me, as I said before, he's been playing very well the last game, but I see him as more of a substitute. He could be even better as a substitute, as I said before, because he usually scores in the later half of the games. For the past 3 games, he's injecting some pace into the game when everybody's tired, as I said before. So I didn't actually think he had it in his locker right now to actually go there, to go to Southampton, start a game and score right off the set of the match, right from the start. And he proved me wrong in that sense as well, and he's proving everyone wrong. Not proving everyone wrong, it's just like he's surprising everyone. He is surprising everyone, and so should he, because he's really stepping up. He was our best player today, and Daniel James, when he the mark of a top player, giving those kind of players space, they will be ruthless, and that's what we needed more in this game, and Daniel James was doing that in abundance. And what a finish by the young lad. 1-0 to Manchester United. It was great to see, it was great to watch. Shame that other players can't do the same urgency and have that same desire, even though they're way older than Daniel James. Daniel James really is cementing himself as a really important player for us. Who needs Nicholas Pepe for 72 million when you got 15 million Championship Welsh Wizards, mate? That's how it works. No time for bantering other clubs in our situation. Because after the first goal, it does seem we were pressuring them, we were dominating the play, as we should. But then it just didn't really seem we were just creating a spark, and eventually Southampton were like, let's just go for it, let's try and pressure them now. And for the latter half, the second half, we were actually time wasting a little bit to try and get the end the half as soon as possible to lead us into 1-0 in the tunnel. And that shouldn't be happening. We should be going ruthless and going for the second goal like we did against Chelsea. Why not? Get the first goal, be quick and do the second one. But it just seemed that Daniel James was the only kind of player that had that quality to actually break through the lines. And actually, that sort of intelligence we saw from De Gea and De Gea, McTominay and James just wasn't seen as much from other players. Not seen. We need to be more consistent in finding that creative ball into the channels. And it only took again until when we got to the last 80th minute, 90th minute to actually find those channels and actually try and pressure them. But by then we're chasing the game, and Southampton can just park the bus. Not park the bus, but just sit deeply in blocks, as I said before. To be fair, Ashley Young came in for sure. He was injured. Pogba. Oh, to be fair, let me start with Young first. Ashley Young was actually alright for this game, 34. But alright, is that going to be good enough? Alright is not good enough for Manchester United. And no disrespect to Young, because he was actually decent, more decent than he has been in most games. He put in a shift today. But it's not going to work if he's not going to be as good, so we need support around him. And when the support around him isn't even trying that much, isn't even have that quality as well, what do you expect Young to do if Pogba himself, our best player, is not doing as well in the first half? The first half for Pogba was absolutely dreadful. I think that was probably the worst I've seen him, for me watching him, because I think some matches I missed last season in its entirety. What, of course, highlights cannot always account for what was going on in the match. Pogba in the first half was losing stray balls all over the pitch. It's ridiculous. And I know he's playing in a more defensive position. I know, as I said before in other videos, that he's not used to that position, and he should be playing more high up the pitch. But that's not an excuse for him to keep losing the simple balls. That he should be just not causing Southampton that chances, giving them the chances basically. Not good enough from Pogba in the first half. Rashford was not getting as much service, but again, when he did get the ball, he just didn't look dangerous with it. And of course in the second half they improved a bit, but when you look back at the result, if they were much better in the first half, they fixed up, who knows what would happen. You have to be more consistent for the whole game. And being honest here, I like Pogba a lot as well. So it's a shame for me to say that, to be honest. It's a shame. So yeah, we went into the first half 1-0 up. So we have to start the second half well. We have to get that ruthlessness, second goal in, because we know we're not the best team in the world right now, obviously, and it's the Premier League. So we've got to be ruthless and get that second goal to kill the game. Even then, it's not even going to kill the game. But second goal, unless something mental happens, you're most likely gonna guarantee the 3 points that we desperately needed after that loss last time. But no, we just didn't. Again, I missed a bit of the second half start. Sorry, guys. But I came in earlier. Again, we're just being pressured. We were supposed to be being more ruthless in the second half and try and get in that second goal. But it was Southampton, of course. Just like in previous games, like against Wolves or Crystal Palace, where the second half starts and then the other team just starts bombarding us and we just can't seem to handle it, and we're not concentrating. We haven't used that half time to actually concentrate and think of a game plan to do. It just seems like we only have one game plan and it's not work. And if that doesn't work, then we just have to ride our luck a bit. We're just riding our luck, and that's not. It's just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And we weathered the storm a bit, obviously, but then we gave them a set piece. I think it was like 65th minute or something like that. Cross into the box. We're not even good at corners, but of course other teams are going to be good. I think, what was his name, Højbjerg, who's been good throughout the whole match. I think the Swedish centre back with long hair. He gets the head on it and gets top left corner after De Gea actually made a decent save. To be fair, punches it out from another header. But then, of course, they cross it back into the box, and Maguire's pointing at Lindelof to actually mark the man, or someone behind him to mark the man, and Lindelof just points at someone else to mark the man. It's like, take some responsibility, one of you. Pogba, someone. Wan-Bissaka, someone. Lindelof, of course, again, beaten in the air. Of course, you can't blame him, he tried, but it's too late of a reaction, because someone needs to take responsibility in that area. But as well, 1-1, okay, fine. But someone needs to take responsibility for themselves and become a leader, become more, step up now. 1-1, okay, fine. Who cares? That was one set piece. We're Manchester United. We're going to get a few players to step up and actually kill the game off and take some responsibility, take the game from the scruff of the neck. But we don't have players who can do that, to be honest. Pogba could be that guy, but again, playing a deeper position. When the substitute bench's not looking great. Greenwood's probably a most promising substitute, and he's 17. So Mata was actually decent for the first half, finding into those pockets of space, but he's probably better than Lingard in the cam position. Right now in 2019 he is. Maybe previous seasons he wasn't, but Mata right now is better than Lingard in the central attacking midfield role. But of course, taking him out makes sense. Give him some fresh legs. Lingard, chance to prove himself after the criticism he's faced. But no, he didn't make up for it, really. Lingard and Matic comes on. It's not going to give you the most confidence. Matic is just too slow on the ball. Some of the tackles he makes are good, but in terms of actually pressuring the goal, which we needed to do, and try and break through that, again, midfield not helping to break through that block, that large block that the teams are going to have. Loads of teams are going to have against us, and we need to sort that out, because the more teams are just going to know the game plan against us. Like I said last video, same old story. It's like I feel like I'm living in a deja vu land. Teams, especially mid-table to lower teams, are not going to know to just sit back and get that cheeky goal from set piece and just sit back and rely on the fact that our midfield is not creative enough and not. I don't want to lay all the blame on the midfield, because it wasn't as bad today, because the attacking wasn't helping either. Martial was sorely missed here. Martial, it looks like, could be learning to be the poacher as well, learning more of that game, like I said in the first game against Chelsea, learning to become more of a poacher as well as a dribbler. And we needed a poacher in the box today. Of course, some people would say Lukaku could have done that job, but Lukaku's long gone. We have to forget about that and his first touch. But there was no touch being made in the box, as we need someone to do. The crosses weren't good enough as much. Young was never going to have a good cross on him. I've said that many times. Wan-Bissaka was putting loads in, but when we are making crosses, nobody's there at the end of it. Nobody's pushing through the lines. Nobody's making that run a bit more earlier, a bit more sharp. And we did so again, 80th minute, 90th minute. We seemed to get our act together in that department. But by then we have to just get. By then we just have to. It's too late. You know what I mean? It's just too late for that. We need to do that more consistently, and then eventually Southampton players will get even more tired, and we'll break them down piece by piece. But we just wait till the end of the game to do that. But they have all the time in the world to do that. Southampton all the time in the world to get that point against us and steal points against Manchester United once again. Wow, man, like. Yeah, we were sorely missing Martial, sorely missing Luke Shaw. Depth in numbers is not good enough again. Now, I'm going to believe in Ole. I believe in Ole's vision, and I'm never going to beat Ole out. Never, because we've seen a running theme with this. If Ole gets fired, all the blame's going to be on the Glazers from my end, and hopefully from your end as well. Because Ole doesn't deserve this. Ole doesn't deserve the hate. I think Ole's doing the best with what he can. And I hate to say it, but we're in a team of transition once again. And that's the Glazers' fault. Resetting after loads of times. And just not backing their man. We have to give Ole time. And luckily it was a point. And we probably deserved the 3 points today. In terms of domination of the ball. More shots on target than last game, which is good improvement. But it's all about our ruthlessness, and we need to get into the top 4. It's very competitive, but at this rate we're going to be fighting for top 6, and hoping that the Europa League is going to be our saving grace. The group stage for Europa League was announced a couple of days ago, or maybe I think it was yesterday or something. And that's a promising group, but we can't take any chances there. We have big pressure on the young lads to perform there as well. Maybe EFL Cup will be a good place as well for youngsters to thrive. Greenwood got a good chance. I missed that one, but I saw the replay. Really good confidence from the lad, but we can't again rely on him to do stuff. Daniel James again making shots off, making the right ball, like making crosses in, making shots constantly. Daniel James was our best player. How is that happening? When you got Pogba, when you got Rashford, when you got Pogba, Rashford, Maguire was making good runs into the second half box, but there's no options for him to pass into. Whereas for Leicester, he might have had Maddison, he might have had Vardy. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. You know what I mean? It's just we haven't got that many changes of the game, and those people you rely on to make changes of the game, like inconsistent. Rashford is still young. We forget this, but there's so much pressure on him to perform. Maybe this is the international break he needs to just get himself some confidence for England. We need reinforcements in January, and I'm already looking to January already, which shouldn't be happening. I should be looking forward to the game, not being scared that we're going to lose again. Our next game after a 2-week break is going to be Leicester, and I'm thankful it's at home because that gives us a chance of gives us more of a chance of getting 3 points. But with Manchester United, man, and we're in the team of transition. I'm not gonna expect title winning stuff, but we should be aiming for that. And I think Ole's heading in the right direction, but we need the reinforcements. We need the players that will step up when we need them. More players to step up when we need them, and more reinforcements in the bench. And maybe you could say Ole was maybe too naive to sell loads of players, but it's good to see Smalling gone. I forgot about Smalling, to be honest. And I was gonna make a video talking about all that, but it's good to see Ole cutting the deadwood out the team. But we just need some investment from the Glazers and Ed Woodward to actually get his head out of his arse and start getting the reinforcements that we needed in midfield to help break through the lines. Maybe some wingers, maybe a spare striker or two that can provide a plan B of more long balls. More long balls can come in and someone can actually get the header on when Martial or Rashford are injured. So Europa, Chris Smalling's gone. Good, that's good. Roma on a loan deal, because that's the best we can do. That's how. That tells you as all you need to know about the Glazer economy. What's it called? What do they call it? I think they call it Glazeronomics or something like that. That means economy being handled badly at this club by the owners, and how we've kept these players for so long. Now we're selling them for 1.5 million. Darmian's gonna leave for watch Darmian's gonna stay again. Just about watch Darmian's just gonna survive another season of being linked to Italy and then not happening. But I think Ole's making actually the stride now. Ole's the only manager I've seen that is actually willing to get these players out once and for all and persuading them to actually just get rid of them by loan. Smalling's probably going to stay in Roma. Hopefully he has a good time there. He's had some good moments for the club, but he's not good enough for the system. Who else has gone? Sanchez has gone on loan. Maybe he could revitalise himself, but the wages are too high. We're still paying loads of wages for him, and that tells you all you need to know about. Even though I'm happy with letting them go, the economy behind it, the fact that we're paying loads of money still, just tells you how bad some of the financial decisions that have been made at this club. But it's good to see Sanchez going off. Smalling going off. Who else has gone? Diamond looking set to leave. Lukaku gone. Some of the players who might not have wanted to be there and just were there for the paycheck. So we need some more blood injected into January. So yeah, 2 weeks for Martial to come back, Luke Shaw to come back. Leicester's a big game, and if we lose that, if we draw that, even maybe, if we draw that, I think I'll just accept the reality that Leicester might be even better than us. But if we lose that, the pressure's on Ole, which he doesn't deserve. The pressure should be all on the board. But I trust that for some reason I still have a tinge of optimism of Ole. He knows what to say. He knows to say the right things. People were angry at him for saying, "Oh, Lingard's still an important piece of the team," but no, he's just saying that. He's just saying that to keep the team harmony alive, and then dropping Lingard to the bench which was a good decision. again, the substitutes were actually better today, I think. And I think with more clinical and ruthlessness, we could have actually got the win. The substitutes were much better this game. Bringing Matic and Lingard on were the only options we could have, and allowing Pogba to have that space to go in. But by then we had a huge block, and Pogba's confidence must have been not as good after that dreadful first half he had. But good decisions there from the sub bench. There's nothing more he could have done there. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yeah, 20-minute videos. Bloody hell. Yeah, so I think this is the longest chat I've had, I think, for this match. But as I should be having it. Yeah, so what else? Yeah, I think all credit to Southampton though. They did their best. They did the game plan. They bounced back after that first goal. But we just need to get that. We're good at scoring the first goal, but we need to get that second goal, third goal. Because I'm just scared we're gonna equalise again. They're gonna equalise, which is happening a lot. Yeah, I think that's enough from me. I think that's all I've got in my locker right now. So yeah, let me actually talk about now. That's the match talk all over. Let me just talk about what I'm going to be doing for the international break on this channel. Of course, FIFA and PES is closing in. If you want me to play some PES demo, let me know down below, because I want to play more of that and see what that's all about. I'm probably not going to be getting PES though. I'm probably getting FIFA 20. I took a break for FIFA 19. I'm going to be back with a career mode soon enough when FIFA comes out late September. But for this 2-week break, I'm going to be playing some NBA 2K demo and just playing that in the live stream, and actually just talking through with voiceover, actually, because I can only do voiceover with live streams. I need to get that equipment. Need to sort that out by the end of the year. Cause I can only do face cam and gameplay with pre-recorded episodes. That's what I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna be bringing to this channel. I'm gonna be bringing more gaming into it. So early September, my next video will be NBA 2K live stream. Just me playing that and voicing my opinions on how EA could implement the my player tactics, the my player gameplay into NBA 2K, and also going through what I think of the basketball simulation. Because I don't even know how to play basketball. I don't even know the basketball rules, but it's just but that tells you all you need to know when I'm playing the game of a sport that I don't even like, but I'm still enjoying a demo out of it. EA could learn some tidbits, because they need to make the football simulation even better, because football's the best game in the world and it deserves more love. Yeah, so not just NBA 2K live stream. I'm going to be doing Borderlands 1 and 2 Handsome Collection. Got that from PS Plus. Going to be doing live stream for that just before Borderlands 3. Never played the Borderlands series except for the Tales of the Borderlands Telltale series, which I'll be talking through there. And just, yeah, me just checking out the Borderlands series, its mainline games, and seeing what it's all about before Borderlands 3 comes out. And maybe, who knows, maybe I'll get Borderlands 3 soon enough. So yeah, I'm going to be doing live streams for them 2 games during the international break. Probably some FIFA 20 demo, I think that's coming out as well, just before the Premier League Week 5 comes back around as well for the Leicester game. And yeah, hope you guys all look forward to that. If you've made it to the end of this video, I'll massively appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe and share. Always appreciate it. Always looking forward to the next video to make. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.